Oh boy, 10/28, Friday, February 6th. And I just finished picking out. I ain't even gonna lie. I went and got me some honey, some sweet pickles. Oh boy. Oh boy. There we go. There we go. That's gonna work for right now. Cause right now I need to smoke me a cigarette. I might overstuff my stomach. Just a little bit. Got me some salmon. Had some oatmeal, sweet pickle juice, sweet pickles. Oh boy. Finished some 3 cupcakes too. Man, my stomach was active with the gas, pickles, vinegar. Uh, Vinegar, cucumbers. They good for cleaning your insides. So of course I had to get the sweet pickles. Little mini cucumbers with vinegar, infused with the vinegar. And that just scraped my stomach up, plus the oatmeal, raisins and walnuts. That should sort out all of that peanut butter and them cupcakes. Yeah, that should help me get a good scrub through my system. And that's what hit me. It's probably the cupcakes that had me farting. Probably with them cupcakes. Probably was. And just even the smoke. And the way I've been talking on the phone, since I got my phone on, I gotta admit, that's part of the reason why I'm shooting videos. Cause I be talking actual people to death instead of talking my camera to death. And now it gives me a new challenge. I gotta find a way to keep doing my videos and my content. I'm trying to convince myself it's a way to keep a check on my head, make sure I ain't going crazy or got caught all off out there at the little land. A real talk. Sometimes I'm so critical of myself, I don't really need to record it. But I'm starting to notice that the reason why I got such a good way with words, because I like to serve. Selling stuff's too easy. I'd rather make my money with my service, off of my services. And unfortunately, I ain't getting to use the services I want to use. But I can't be upset. I really can't. Because I picked up a whole bunch of other services I'm not that interested in really doing. But shit. Sometimes the only work I get to do. One time I used to run away from being responsible. And then I realized I wasn't running from responsibility. I was running from unnecessary obligations. I like to be appreciated. Anytime people got me feeling like I'm respected, my work's done. Gotta leave them feeling for more until they realize how to appreciate it and keep it coming. And in some cases, I can't even spin the block. I gotta let them figure it out next time I come across somebody as nice as me. They really appreciate it, and then they can get attached to them, and I can keep floating. My old lady told me one time I'm a little too selfish and self-centered. I remember that I was like, hold up. I thought this lady told me I need to be more like this. Now she's telling me I'm too much like this. Okay, let me ease back a little bit, but it was too late. It was too late. I lost my sunshine. But staring at the sun helped me forge other parts of myself that I couldn't put a flame to. That's why I should be forever my old lady. Cause she did bring out the best in me. Even the parts I ain't even want to fuck with. By the time I recovered from her, found out I handled responsibility real well. My responsibilities. But if I ain't got my woman, I ain't got no other extra responsibilities. And last 3 years, as a single adult with real credentials under my belt, I realized sometimes you just gotta go with the flow of things. The good, the bad, the ugly, and it all gets better. If there's something you feel like you don't want to do, get it the fuck out of the way first before you try to get to the shit you do want to do. That way, when you got all the shit you don't want to do out the way, you can really take your time indulging the shit you do want to do. Plus, you'll make enough room for you to have that stuff you do want to do in. Shit. Let me be real about it. After old girl, I think I finally recovered from my old lady. But it wasn't until wifey really helped me realize, shit, I don't got a problem with responsibility. I can't run from it. I try to run from one responsibility, I'm gonna run into another one that I'm gonna do because ain't nobody else gonna do it. And I found out, from hindsight, most of the shit I was running from, I ended up getting back into it because I see ain't nobody else trying to handle it. Somebody got to do it. I'm just glad I'm not a victim of my success no more. That was the one thing that was making me feel like I didn't want to bother with shit. But the quality of life will be determined by the quality of the service you give. If you give out good service, you can have a good life. Check my footage. You'll see. You'll see for sure. If you really look at all of my footage, yeah, you'll see. The better service I give, the better my life gets. I'm not preaching some shit to you I don't practice. Check the footage. How the hell else you think I get to smoke like I smoke? I earned this privilege. Cigarettes. Just had them things. Looking dead at me. Come on, y'all. I need to get this thing rolled up. My fingers get nippy. Okay. And where I'm sitting at, it's a good spot. I ain't got too much wind, but I got enough wind. I just enough wind to remember where I'm at. Break me, ain't no way you can break me. I'm a mama rider. I got Seabird in my ear, y'all. No way you can break me. Ain't no way you can break me. Streets made me. I get away with singing along with C Murder, saying the streets made me. Cause real talk, I'm from that part of the streets you barely ever hear them talk about unless they put that word Christian in front of it. Crazy shit, man. A lot of people forget the best part of the streets is the saints, which Paul, I think, referred to as the worst part of the church, the saints. The repentant sinners. Biggest threat to the government. Motherfuckers know how dirty they get and how to stop them and to do whatever's necessary to get them to stop. Like, why the fuck y'all think we celebrate St. Patrick's Day? Like, real talk, the church assassin. Not just a drunk day. You know, we get drunk on that day to try to forget that, you know, the work that church assassin did that day. Yeah. We got a nice colorful cover story to cover the massacre. But, yeah. St. Patrick felt convicted enough to do a whole lot of killing for his God. And now, we call it a drunk holiday. And I only say that to point out that the saints are so compelled to get away from their sin and to help others away from sin. They really would do what's necessary to help people out of sin. It ain't always got to be murder. The saints I grew up with kill you with kindness. Before they kill you like how St. Patrick was killing the snakes. And that's one of the reasons why they got rid of him after that. Because if St. Patrick ever felt like the Lord started talking directly to him instead of through his handlers, he'd get all of the snakes out of the church. They got rid of the other snakes. And real talk, that's why we still talk about Jesus Christ. They killed him because he was exposing the snakes in the synagogue. And then the snakes told us he died for our sins. I tell you, the more I think of and meditate on Christianity, as told by Caesar and his goonies, I can't never ever call myself a Christian again. Especially when they make a mockery of When they make a mockery of Christianity, or what I should say, what we consider modern Christianity is today. It's a mockery of what Christianity is supposed to be. I love the literature. I just don't like to spend artists the way they want to spend the literature. In the last 30 years, I've noticed when you talk to somebody who claims to be a Christian, a lot of them don't read nothing. They only read what they're told to read, and they don't read nothing in between. And they don't study to show themselves approved. They practice the trends and the gossip of but they don't have no idea how to get victory in the spiritual battle because they're getting false reports. If they read the whole word, they wouldn't fall like they fall for that shit Drewski was putting the spotlight on. Like, real talk, if those people in those congregations really read the word, they'll check them pastors and them niggas wouldn't have no money to do all that shit. That's why I like Ray Hagins and Geno Jennings. Them niggas really go from the book. They really get you to look in the book. Now, if you really follow their content, you'll see Geno Jennings. Yeah. He said he's coming from the book, and he stays in that book to make sure he don't go outside the guidelines of discipline. And Dr. Ray Hagins, he's using a whole different approach to Geno, but he's still using the same fucking literature to help people understand the guidelines of discipline. Now, I think it's ironic that Dr. Ray Hagins, he just switched from the side that Geno was on. And he's taking a different approach at the word, but he's still taking what's good from the word and telling you that that shit ain't go rotten. The way they want to read around that shit. And even Geno points that out. You know? People be coming half-ass out the Bible. They don't really be reading that shit. They be going off of what someone said they understood from what they read. They're not reading for understanding. They're going off how they put it, a review of a reviewer of a reviewer. A reaction to a reactor of some reaction shit. But not really looking at the actual context of the word. And real talk, when you actually open a Bible up and just read without nothing else going on in your head, just read the word, just to be reading the word like it's a story. It's amazing how so many people I came across in my life that do this find more usefulness from the Bible than the people that listen to the readers and the performers and the pep rallies and watching the show or the fundraisers. Can't call them niggas pastors. They talk about money too much to be about the word and the spirit. Those are those wolves in sheep's clothing whose God is money. But I be damned. Drewski didn't even exaggerate a goddamn thing. And I'm mad at that nigga because after watching that shit a couple of times, it's like I'd be damned. When you read the word, it says how this shit will come to be. And then it tells you exactly what you do when shit like this start happening. If you get away from the TV evangelists, they'll tell you this shit's gonna happen. They'll tell you all the scary shit that's gonna happen. But they never tell you how the Bible tell you how to deal with the scary shit that's to come. That just repent and give them money. And that's lies, because it ain't the whole truth. They're only telling you what they think will best benefit them. And they don't give a damn about benefiting you. That's why that one preacher said, if you could give $1,000 and then another $1,000, I'm like looking at this nigga like, oh shit, he been in the habit of robbing people so long. Well, you gotta let them fools play church. But don't get like them fools over there playing church. And I'd be like, damn. I was a little mad. I was a little pissed off. And then that's why I realized I'm so thankful that the Lord has put me through enough circumstances and given me enough opportunities to learn how important it is to develop emotional control. Because now I think I've been in the furnace long enough and on the anvil. Now when I start speaking on this shit, man, I don't like to get something accomplished. Instead, it sound like I'm talking to hear myself speak. Because real talk, my headphones so loud, I can barely hear my voice. And I ain't even riding the beat. I'm just getting these thoughts off my head. Because real talk, I ain't trying to be no preacher. But I wanted to be a rapper. And one of the things a rapper got to do is battle with words. And real talk, check out the latest Christian hip-hop artists. You know, real rappers that share their faith in what they believe in for real. Not hypocritical hip-hop, but true hip-hop. And I tell you, I think the stage is set for me to get up there and act the fool too. But I don't want to be a damn fool. I done let people understand me long enough to let me understand that sometimes you can't let people see you as a damn fool. They gonna try shit. They wouldn't try if you show them who you truly are. And I've seen so much shit that be making me hot that I can't even hold my tongue. The little church boy inside of me is a full-grown monster now. And my princess saying, yeah, let's go ride on him. But I'm a pacifist. But some things you can't negotiate yourself out of. You just gotta handle the confrontation head on. If it don't confront them, they gonna think they can keep getting away with the shit. Real talk, I stopped game banging when I left New Hope. But it didn't stop my enemies from prospering. Me separating myself from the fellowship and isolating myself is the reason why I think shit is really out of hand. Because it's not like I'm the only nigga that did it. I'm on the internet now. One person will actually react, comment, and share. I mean, there's 100 others just like me, with the same struggle like me. Like, I don't want to fuck with them, but damn it, they pushing it. they pushing it. Ignoring it ain't gonna stop it. Gonna have to actually engage it, interact with it, put it in check, put it in balance, make it stay in this little corner and start trying to spread all over the place. You got your little space over there to be like that there. You ain't gonna be rolling this shit out all over. Yeah. Sure. And be grateful we being merciful enough to give you that little space over there. Shouldn't tolerate the shit at all. But the more we tolerate it, the more outrageous it gets. You can't act like you all righteous if you don't speak boldly for righteousness. There ain't shit you can say to me to convince me you really holy, righteous, saved, and sanctified if you ain't speaking against the evils you can talk out of existence. Power, life, and death in the tongue. And sometimes you gotta speak life to get all of this dumb shit to die down. Sometimes you gotta realize evil ain't the opposite of good, it's the sibling of good. And foolishness is the real adversary. Shit, good and evil can play along very well. Keep it balanced to where everybody can get what they want. But fools don't operate like that. If they think it's fun to fuck everything up around them, including themselves, you can't negotiate with them. You can't argue with them. And sometimes when they get like how these fundraisers be, you guys tell them cut that shit out. No need to debate. No way to negotiate. Can't enable them. Can't encourage them to keep it up. The more I think about this whole good versus evil, it's like a distraction to keep us from getting these fools to act right. Because the only real evil I ever seen that was truly evil was a fool that thought doing people shitty was okay as long as nobody did them shitty. And that made me think seriously about everything else I called evil before I saw it, and realized what I thought evil was before I saw that wasn't evil at all. Because real evil, I've met real evil. Real evil is the sibling of real good and righteousness. They're fucking twins. Can't have one without the other. And they can play along well. They can get along well. But that damn fool, that proud, stubborn fool, is worse than evil. But wants you to believe it's good. And that delusional state of the fool is what make it the true opponent of whoever's evil and whoever's good, because you can't negotiate with them. If you try to debate with them, they'll waste your time. I used to thought that fools were just chaotic. Then I realized, nah, I seen real chaos. It's the twin of order. And foolishness don't respect nothing, but it wants to be respected. You look at the rules evil got to play by. The guidelines, discipline, they have to abide by to accomplish what they want to do. Ain't no different than what good. Good and evil play by rules. Fools don't. It's a big difference. The more I start realizing what a real fool is, I had to start thinking about whether I want myself associated as a fool. Do I even want to fool around anymore? Gotta do all things in moderation. But that's the most difficult thing for a fool to comprehend or get down. And that's what makes a fool really a problem. Good can do things in moderation. Evil can do things in moderation. Fools are a problem to everybody because they don't know how to even say the word moderation. If you give them the time and actually listen to them, they'll try to convince you that they are what they ain't. And that's the problem with fools. There are some fools that we can't tolerate, but we gotta keep an eye out for the ones that we must not allow. Like them fundraisers calling themselves pastors, flying through church and shit. You know, I gotta laugh at it just to keep from getting hot about it because that's a serious mockery of the church. But let me go ahead and wrap this video up with a catch y'all later. Good to yourself and each other.